Hello everybody, it's the Fat Boy back with the season finale for Season 2 here for the 16th round of the second season in Abu Dhabi, the final round of the 2022 World Championship in this alternate universe of Formula 1 as here we are into qualifying. Before we get to anywhere, be sure to like, subscribe and turn on notifications in order not to miss any future uploads. Um, Currently now, I'm not sure why I can't connect to online services, so you won't so you can't expect any multiplayer or whatever. So probably I'll just do what you call it, these My Team Career Modes episodes, or just maybe some Last of Us on Grand Prix weekends, especially. I have some videos prepared for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix weekend, so be sure to stay tuned to that in 1 week time. But now here we are for the season finale in Abu Dhabi, obviously trying to perform as high as possible in one of my weakest tracks, if not my weakest tracks here in Abu Dhabi. And so here we are into the first lap of Q1. We are crossing the finish line at 1 minute 3.894. We are 1.077 seconds off of Charles Leclerc if I'm not wrong. But in the second lap we managed to gain just over 3 tenths, now 4 tenths of a second as we cross the line. That puts us up to P6, 6.5 tenths behind Leclerc. And looking at our Q1 results obviously shows that we are very weak in this track. We are obviously didn't have practice before this video, so obviously we deserve that P14. And I think we're gonna have to really lower the AI difficulty by a lot. So here we are into our first lap of Q2. You can see that Lewis Hamilton sets the fastest lap, but here we are we're just below 3.5 tenths slower than Hamilton, but he's on the medium, so you can see how fast the Mercedes is. So definitely we need to start getting more upgrades from the R&D chart, especially in Season 3, so that we can have the best start possible to the next season. But then here we are into our second lap. Qualifying is already complete, so we managed to cross the line, and that puts us up to P9. And we are 300s. We are 34 thousandths of a second off of Carlos Sainz to be exact, into Q2. So the both of us managed to go into Q3 quite comfortably. But I'm not sure if he will show this same pace because Q3 is obviously the top 10 shootout, and I think the AI will go that extra mile. So I'm not really sure if that's the true pace of Carlos Sainz AI. As we now head towards our final lap here in Q3. I don't think we have time to set one more because other drivers will be in the way. As you can see here, heading into turn 1, we're staying in 5th so that we don't have to short shift. Heading into turn 2 and 3, I'm really quite afraid of getting overstepped, spinning, and there we go. And I think that's our only lap in Q3 because we didn't have time to set another one because obviously we had to repair the front wing damage as well, so yeah.
We're all ready for tomorrow's race, but before we begin, let's have a quick look at those who will be fronting the grid. Perez, Verstappen and Pierre Gasly. With qualifying complete, all that remains is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then.
Well, because of the oversteer or wheel spin in turn 3, obviously, I'm not sure which one was it. Either way, we still can't set one lap that we need. But suddenly, Carlos Sainz suddenly found 6 to 7 tenths of extra pace within the lap. So we definitely have to lower the AI difficulty, probably by like 5 to 7 tenths, maybe 4 tenths, because the AI are 1 to 2 tenths slower in the race due to higher fuel loads and tire wear, obviously. Because qualifying, we obviously have the lightest cars possible. So definitely I will play at around 90 something AI, probably 93 to 95, I'm not really sure. But obviously we hope that we can score points from this Grand Prix to end this Season 2 on a high note, obviously. So can't risk a DNF because obviously we want to get a straight points finish. So obviously we're gonna aim for top 8, maybe a top 7 if we have the pace, but I don't think we do, so we'll have to do our best for today's Grand Prix to end Season 2.
Welcome to the Marina circuit for the finale of another thrilling Formula 1 season. It's been a breathtaking year, and we end it at a track that's been the scene of many glories and heartbreaks over its history. It's time to end the season in style. It's time for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. The Marina circuit, just over 3.4 miles long with 21 corners and 2 very long back straights. There are 2 DRS zones going into the heavy braking zones of both turn 8 and turn 11 and offer plenty of potential for overtaking. The circuit comes with its fair share of tricky corners as well, in particular 15, 16 and 17, which will certainly test a driver's braking management. It's race day yet again, and joining me for a chat, Anthony Davidson. And our racers are certainly in for a rough day today. What will you be watching for as they go down into turn 1?
Well, the start of the race is always one of the most nerve-wracking parts. You have to hope that everyone is able to get off to a clean start, and this is possibly the trickiest part of the entire race. So many drivers in such a small space, and finding your braking point into turn 1 as well. It's a testament to the driver's skill that there aren't more incidents.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Sergio Perez will lead us away from pole position, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Leclerc, Daniel Ricciardo and Sainz, Norris, the Black Mamba, Fernando Alonso and George Russell, Ocon, Gasly. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Antonio Giovinazzi and Stroll, Schwartzman, Latifi, Daniel Ticktum and Mick Schumacher, Mazepin, Verstappen. They've taken a grid penalty. Joe and Yuki Tsunoda. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Let's aim for a strong finish to the season.
And a strong finish to the season is obviously a points finish here in Abu Dhabi. Most preferably top 8, because again this is one of my weakest tracks. Here I am just tampering with the pit strategy. I'm thinking about going 1 lap. I think it was 1 lap shorter to lap 6. I'm not really so sure. Oh no, we're just gonna stay with the actual strategy. Or are we just gonna? Oh, we're actually gonna risk it. We're gonna gamble to save that half a tenth that we need. As now here come the 5 red lights for the season finale here in Marina, and it's lights out and away we go. Checo getting quite a good start of the line. He's leading the pack all the way heading into turn 1. The 2 Mercedes side by side. We are gonna go down the inside of George Russell, fighting for 8th place that we need in order to satisfy myself to get a strong finish to the season. As now we have the right track positioning, and that puts us up to P8 with Carlos Sainz in the podium positions. If he can just hold out against the stronger cars for the next 14 laps, that's the 2nd podium of our career, and Carlos Sainz's 1st podium for DPP Motorsport. As you can see, Max Verstappen actually had a penalty starting P19 if I'm not wrong. Here he is going up the order, passing by the 2-time world champion Fernando Alonso. Now here's Lando Norris getting closer and closer and closer to me, heading into the braking zone of this chicane here. I can't remember what turn is this, as here you can see the McLarens are actually just right behind me, but I think we have the straight line speed to hold them off for the time being before DRS turns on. So all we have to do is just to keep up the pace, keep up the consistency, and just try to catch up to Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari, who's getting held up by Valtteri Bottas. You can see he's really close. You can see there's a lot of dirty air that he's getting, and as you can see we're all over the place. Oh my goodness, you can see how weak we are around this very technical circuit. So I'm very thankful that that technical section was removed and changed into one left-hander, where it decided the 2021 championship obviously. As you can see here, going under the hotel section, I think this is. As you can see, heading into the final 2 right-handers, Carlos Sainz still standing strong in P3. Heading into the final corner, you can see there Valtteri Bottas is right behind with Charles Leclerc, and right behind him is me, obviously sitting in P6. So not a bad start, obviously. As you can see, I think we got a very horrible exit speed of the hairpin, because obviously the hairpin there at turn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think, turn 6. So obviously that's one of my weak points. You can see we actually try to go for somewhat of a cutback there. As you can see me cutting back But I think we were too far behind, so we weren't able to execute the switchback move properly. As now you can see, we are right behind the Monegasque driver, tucking into the slipstream. As now we're gonna go for the send down the inside. Oh my god, what kind of camera angle is this? Oh, there we are. We're side by side with Charles Leclerc, heading into the very technical section here. And we managed to go past it, but we are all over the place. We almost hit the wall there, almost got front wing damage into the second lap of the season finale of Season 2. Obviously, we do not want that. As you can see, Lewis Hamilton somehow fighting the pace here, sitting in P2 with Checo leading the race. Obviously, the two Red Bulls very dominant, as I kept saying in the past two videos in Interlagos and in Jeddah. But either way, Carlos Sainz still standing strong in P3. We are in P5. So at this moment, we will get 15 plus 10, 25 points in total. As now you can see, heading into the final corner, Sergio Perez that's the fastest lap with 1 minute 1 minute 35.4. Now DRS is being enabled. I think we're able to catch up to Valtteri Bottas because he's also on the medium compound tires. So he's gonna go all the way until lap 9, I think, for the fresher, faster tire of the softs. But we did get quite a horrible exit of turn 1, so we're not gonna get DRS. We're just gonna miss out of DRS, and that's gonna make us a sitting duck heading into the exit of this hairpin. You can see the hairpin is really horrible. We actually lock up along the way, and now Charles Leclerc, despite getting a worse exit speed than me because of the dirty air, is now gonna have DRS. And now with the Ferrari power unit, obviously the strongest power unit, I think. Or maybe it's the Mercedes or the Red Bull, I can't remember. And anyway, he still goes down the inside. And what kind of camera angle is this? Oh my god, we have the same camera angle, and I think we're still gonna go side by side. We're gonna go down the inside. But now Charles Leclerc has DRS on me. I'm gonna be much more of a sitting duck because Lando Norris is right behind, and he has a slipstream of the Monegasque driver. As you can see now, we are gonna go side by side once again, like last lap, heading into the chicane here, the triple chicane, as I like to call it. We do take quite a lot of curb here as well. But we managed to defend our position quite well, and we keep going off the track, so we're obviously gonna have to deal with that, even though we're gonna lose pace because we are obviously gonna lose time. But either way, oh my god, look at that understeer. I think we're gonna have to brake much earlier there, so obviously I need to get to grips with the with the circuit, obviously, especially in sector 2 and sector 3. And as you can see, we are locking up the front right, I think it was, for a little while. So now here, heading into lap 4, the tires are getting a bit worn here. As you can see, we get more understeer. I think the tires are starting to overheat the more mistakes and the more lockups I do. As you can see, we're going wide. Heading, oh my goodness, we almost go onto the curbs there. As we're now heading into the braking zone. We are unable to catch up to Valtteri Bottas. We actually lost 1 second throughout the span of 1 lap, but I mean it's understandable because we were fighting with Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari, so probably we lost about half a second if we didn't fight with Charles Leclerc because Bottas does have DRS. As you can see here, we are weaving on a straight just like Max Verstappen against Lewis Hamilton in 2021. Obviously the best race of the season and the best season of my life. As you can see here, we're gonna go for the cutback here. We're open for the cutback. I think we're too near to switch again. As you can see, we're right behind Charles Leclerc's rear wing, right behind his gearbox, as now we're going to go around the outside here with DRS. The two McLarens still unable to catch up to the both of us, even though we're losing quite a lot of time, especially into this braking zone here. As you can see, we managed to clear him just before the braking zone, or maybe he just backed out, but we did go wide there, so you can see how weak we are. So obviously we're going to have to get to grips with this circuit, trying to learn all the fundamentals here. As I think Jeff wants to say something to me over the microphone, so yeah.
It's not good news, I'm afraid. Seems like an engine issue. The issue seems to be fixed, but we will keep monitoring it our end.
I don't know what issue he's trying to talk about, but we do have an issue as now our front tires, both of our front tires are overheating. That's why we got so much understeer. So obviously that's gonna hinder our lap, so yeah. Now we're gonna have to let Charles Leclerc pass. No bother fighting the Monegasque, so we're just gonna have to let him through as now we head into the braking zone. Oh my goodness, we're making too many mistakes, and Lando Norris makes the cut back down the inside, but we managed to close off the gap here. As now we're already gonna lose the position to the Monegasque driver. We're just gonna have to let him go. But oh wait, we do have DRS, so we can't say too soon. As now I think we're gonna overheat the tires. We actually go wide and we actually go off the corner there. You can see how bad we are as we almost hit Lando Norris's front wing. But oh my god, we're all over the place. Not talking about KSI's album, don't worry. We do squeeze Lando Norris there because I was just so frustrated with the number of mistakes I'm doing in this lap. As you can see, we're understeering everywhere. Can't even make the apexes, and we're just so slow. Actually, we are holding up Lando Norris here. It's like we're driving a 2021 Haas VF31 against a McLaren MCL 35. So as you can see here, we actually fast forward one lap. We're actually gonna box this lap because we're already wasting so much time under the softs, and our softs, the front tires are so worn. And now we're just gonna have to box this lap, unfortunately, to go into the mediums. So the softs can actually fall out quite early, because obviously Abu Dhabi is in the Middle East, and tracks in the Middle East like Jeddah, as another example, has high tire degradations, especially for the soft compound tires, because despite the softs being the most aggressive and grippiest tires, and tires which can give out the most space, it also has the smallest, the shortest lifespan. So along with the tire overheating, obviously we are obviously going to fall out the softs quite a lot, so we can't we're gonna have to pit earlier here. So yeah, but anyway, we fast forward one lap later. Carlos Sainz is actually in the pits. So as you can see, everyone's going into the pits. Here's the second set of drivers pitting, I believe. As you can see here, there's a huge train of drivers. Some drivers might get held up. As you can see, Max Verstappen heading into the pit stop. That's quite a slow pit stop for Red Bull, and Lando Norris has a front wing change. I think he might have damage from when I actually went off the track at the technical chicane there, and I might have hit him there, so that might have been on me. So here we are. Anyway, here we have the Alplan Master right behind us, Fernando Alonso, 1.8 seconds. As you can see, he's actually catching up quite a lot. As you can see, one lap later, heading into lap 9, he has actually gained 1 second, now 1.2 seconds now. If you want me to be specific, as you can see, he's just above half a tenth right behind me, so obviously he's gonna get the DRS. You can see how weak we are. You can see how much we're locking up, how much we're understeering. The tire pressure is all wrong. Trail braking is all over the place as well. As you can see, the Alplan Master now has DRS. He's gonna go down the inside. We're gonna still stick on the outside because I think we're gonna go for the cut back. But actually, no, I think we're gonna go for another set on the inside just to fight back. And we actually do give him a bit of front wing end plate damage, but I don't think that will play such a huge factor in the front wing damage, because I don't think he lost any of the bullets on the front wing, so I think he should be fine. As you can see, here we're side by side again. We're gonna go on the outside, he's gonna be on the inside here. And we actually managed to go and defend our position. We can see how sloppy we are in these corners. As long as we fast forward here, one lap later, Alonso's still behind us. We're still defending quite well here. So I have to give that to the power unit department, obviously, because we have a lot of straight line speed despite having the highest downforce setting possible here in Yas Marina. So I can see here, we just, in order to prevent understeer, to prevent crashing to the walls, we're just playing it safe here, just chilling, because I don't think we can catch up to Leclerc. As I hit the bump there, oh my god, that's a big crash. Oh, we damaged our front wing, and I think that's gonna be a full course safety car. And we're gonna have to enter to the pits. As you can see, we're tumbling down the order. There's everyone going past me. We can't do anything, but we're just gonna have to bear to watch everyone. As you can see, all we have is a used set of softs, which I believe were used for qualifying. As now you can see here with a new front wing change. Oh my god, that's Mick Schumacher passing me. I think Nikita Mazepin's gonna pass me as well. And yeah, these tires were used in I think it was Q3, in that one lap where we spun due to oversteer or wheel spin in turn 3, I believe. As you can see there, the safety car is right there at the end of sector 1. We do cut the pit lane exit just a little bit, and as you can see, Mazepin is slowing down, but to be fair, Schumacher also slowed down. You can't overtake in the safety car, so I understand what he did. As now you can see, the safety car I think is going to end this lap. As you can see, the lights, the flashing yellow lights are off on the top of the Aston Martin safety car there. As you can see, not all the cars are right behind Sergio Perez here, who's still leading the race, because I think the coding is that once they get the signal that the safety car is going to enter this lap, I think they're going to slow down, because that's what they would always do when they are packed close to each other, so that they won't crash or overtake or whatsoever. So obviously at this point of time I didn't even understand at all, so obviously I was very frustrated, not only with the understeer and the lockups that we made, but obviously the fact that Mazepin's going slow. But that was way before I realized that that was the programming, that was the coding. So there's nothing we can do, but we're just gonna have to deal with it for the next 2 laps, because the pain and misery is gonna be over in like what, 6 minutes. So Obviously, this is not a good season, not a good ending towards the end of the season 2. As you can see, Checo leading the pack, and it's not green flags. We have 3.4 times 2. I think that's 6.8 to 6.8 to 7 miles of racing all the way to the checkered flag. Is now the crowd roar the drivers on. As you can see, Verstappen is going to get a second world title by right here in this alternate universe of Formula 1. As you can see here, we're still not at the final corner. As you can see, we are going down the pecking order here. As you know, we just reached the last corner. You can see how far we are. You can imagine how far we are from Checo leading the race. You can see, at this point of time, I was just so frustrated that I didn't even care. I just sent it on Nikita Mazepin. But it didn't even work, so at this point my actions were just unethical and immature, I should say. So as you can see here, heading into this chicane here, I just didn't care anymore. As you can see, we got quite a bit of oversteers. We do hit the curb there. We're just gonna go for the send on the inside, and actually Mazepin has some sort of racing ability as he almost went for the cut back there, but the Haas is not competitive enough compared to us. As you can see here, at least we are giving Nikita Mazepin some sort of time under the spotlight by showing the onboards. You can see here heading into this very complex chicane. He does take quite a lot of curb there, but he has lost quite a lot of time. You're already 1 second. Already 1 second. Why is 1 second further? 1 second far away from each other heading into the exit there. So obviously, you can see how slow he is, mainly because of the low focus, and in real life obviously he's quite slow, making a lot of excuses. Even his father had to buy a better chassis, but he still couldn't beat Mick Schumacher despite that. As now you can see we're heading into the technical sections. Obviously I can't wait to race in Abu Dhabi for F1 22 because you can see they're gonna have the updated corners anytime soon. And it's not. Oh, we almost hit the wall there, but I think we're just driving on to the limit there. As you can see, heading into the final right-hander for the final lap of our misery in Abu Dhabi. I don't think this is going to be in the calendar for season 3, as now we're going to head on the throttle. Oh, massive snap there. And we are out of the race, unfortunately. And that's race over for us. I'm angry, and I'm happy at the same time because my misery had just ended earlier, so... Even if we score points, we still can't move up the order of this Constructors' Championship just because we're too slow, so... unfortunately, that's it. That's season 2 then.
It's been a roller coaster season then, but they can go into the winter with their heads held high after an emphatic victory here today. Tell me, Ant, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible result today?
Well, they played the safety car to absolute perfection. There are so many factors to worry about once the race is neutralised. I mean, do you pit for fresh rubber? Do you have the space behind you? How much fuel can you save? If you answer all of those questions correctly, you'll have a good chance. And that's exactly what happened today.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everyone at the team.
Ooh, Checo Perez got another win for his own career. As you can see, spraying champagne or sparkling water quite delightfully at Lewis Hamilton. Then Valtteri Bottas just has to entertain himself at the right side. So the two Mercedes taking the two bottom spots of the podium, and Checo obviously holding out to win, and Verstappen actually fought from 19th to 9th, so good performance there. As you can see, we actually dropped 1 place in the Drivers' Championship. So unfortunately, we are gonna be in 10th place, but it was kind of expected, mainly because of how slow we are in Abu Dhabi, and it was also kind of expected as well. So I guess the only thing we have to do is just to be a man and just deal with the situation accordingly. Obviously, getting demoted to 10th in the last race is obviously not that good. As you can see here, the rivalry breakdown. A long absence ever since season 1, when we had our first rivalry with Esteban Ocon, if I'm not wrong, or was it Kimi Raikkonen? I can't remember. As you can see here, oh my god, all mostly negative results. As you can see here, we're back into our Team HQ after a long absence ever since season 1 of my team career mode. So we're only gonna see this Team HQ for pre-season and the end of the season. As you can see here, the season recap. Comparing from last season to now, we have actually improved a lot from a back of the midfield team to a top of the midfield team. Maybe even a championship contender for next season against Red Bull. As you can see here, in the first race in Bahrain, we actually got a fastest lap with ninth place and Carlos Sainz with out of points. España in Catalonia, obviously we got 20th after a horrible crash with Guan Yu Zhou, obviously from wing damage, and Carlos Sainz got 7th. Monaco, we missed out in points by 1 place, and Carlos Sainz got 8th. Canada was our very first points finish, um, especially for Carlos Sainz. He got what do you call it, 6 points. Same points and placements for the both of us respectively in Austria. Silverstone, I don't know what happened. We didn't get any points. Hungary was obviously my weakest track. I think weaker than Abu Dhabi, so obviously we DNF from there. Carlos Sainz got 6th place to get 8 points. Belgium, I'm not sure what happened, but we Carlos Sainz and I got 8 and 14 respectively. Netherlands, after a strong performance, we got 2 points. Italy was our very first time we had a very strong points finish, finishing 7th and 5th. And in Russia, obviously, because of my selfishness with the pit strategies, we both finished out the points by just about. And Singapore, obviously, a day to remember. Hopefully, we can get more days like that because we got our first podium. USA, we only got 7th place. Brazil, obviously, we DNF'd. Jeddah, we missed out on the podium, and in Abu Dhabi, Carlos Sainz also missed out on the podium. So unfortunately, that's all that we have. Oh, just to end off, we actually finished third on the R&D chart. So obviously that's all we have for season 2 of the roller coaster season. I will be taking a break before pre-season, as obviously I hope you enjoyed this beautiful season. Stay tuned for pre-season and goodbye.